love you, Benji.
You know, 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 you know that I'm corporate. You know, you know, you know, you know, you know, you know, I'm so corporate. You know, drip so hard I might have to endorse it. Never fake, I never fold, I never force it. You know, you know, you know that I'm corporate.
Where'd y'all get Baby Huey from? That nigga was.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's a comedian.
Yeah, so the comedian Hugh Baby, right?
Hugh Baby. That's
I've been knowing Hugh Baby for a long time, since I was like a kid, really for real. So he's watched me grow up. My family and his family have known each other for years. He's always been crazy. He's always been like just super duper funny. So again, me supporting my local talent, my local artists or whatnot, giving everybody an opportunity to shine. When I said that we had something for everybody, I really wanted to have something for everybody. Right. So bringing him in kind of as the MC and the comedian, I knew he would keep the energy up and keep good laughs going, you know, in between the transitions from each artist to the next, whatever. Yeah, he crazy. He is so funny. He crazy for real.
Yeah, he hilarious, boy. I'll tell you that.
I remember I missed it, but I caught the last leg of a joke that he had told about how EBT stands for Eating Better Today. I was like so done. I was like walking backstage and I said, wait a minute, what? So I peeked my head and I'm like, did he just say Eating Better? But it is so true.
Yeah.
Who got the EBT? That hard for real. I'm just kidding.
What up, y'all? I said, what up, DJ. That is not what I wanted to come out. I wanted to come out the Old Town Road. I'm playing. What's up, y'all? Make some noise for coming out. Baby! Yeah, y'all must be some Cowboys fans. Suckers. What up? How y'all doing in the front? Y'all good? Where the ladies at with the clean feet? Yeah, that means your feet don't stink. If your feet stink, you can't say that. Fellas, if you with your woman and she didn't clap, that means her feet stink. Do something about that. Some foot power. What's up, single ladies? Anybody? Make some noise. Single ladies? Where y'all at? 3 of y'all. Knowing y'all got a man at home. Stop playing. Anybody here married? 2 of us. Shit, drop. Watch this. Happily married. Some of y'all lying. You on your first date, nigga. Whoa, you that happily married? You must got married yesterday. Newlywed. I see you, LJ. You think I can't see? I can't really. I didn't know you're the only nigga with a bald head besides me. Can't see some of y'all in the back though. I can't see past the first 2 rows. Once I start seeing y'all, it's fitting to be a problem. Oh! Every time I see somebody I know, they do like that. I ain't gonna mess with y'all. I'm happy we won. I don't care what happens. Anybody here like their job? Yeah, 1 person like their job. How many people here want to smack somebody at their job when they go to mall? If you can do it, would you do it? If you know you wouldn't get fired, you can just smack. You know, would you do it? Boy, my boss man got it coming. Who? I didn't even call out sick the other day. I called out dead. He said, man, what's wrong with you? I said, man, I'm dead. Ain't fitting to make it. Ain't fitting to make it. I'm dead. You ain't got about 3, 4, 6 days, and that's your hands. Can't call that no more. God, these lights is bright over here. I can't even see y'all when y'all sitting in the front. Who the fuck is y'all? Oh, I don't think I know y'all. Oh, I see you, cuz. You in the front too, you fucked up. Remember I used to steal your shit when it was coming to know. I was bad as hell as a little boy. What? Still is. I got kicked out of preschool. Woo. Didn't even go to lunch. My shit was fucked up. Anybody here go to school? Classmates? You like classmates? Y'all better stay away from them vape pens. It's killing y'all. Do like I do. Roll your smoke. Y'all smoking that liquid juice, killing y'all. Stop it. It's killing y'all teenagers. I see it every day on the news. Them jewels, them vape pens. Stop smoking. Don't do it. If you know somebody that just got sick and then you gonna keep doing it, then you deserve to die. I know that's wrong, but it's the truth. I got 3 of them in the back right now. I'll sell y'all if y'all still smoking them. $6 a jewel. Anybody here gonna vote for Trump again? Yeah, nobody. He messed up when he said he gonna build a wall. How you gonna build a wall when the Mexicans got the bricks? They gonna build the wall. How you gonna send them back? They can't even build the wall without the bricks. Don't he look like a sweet potato pie in the face? Can't stand him on racist ass. Y'all like racist people? I know. But if you racist, just be racist. Don't act like you ain't racist. That's one thing that got the world fucked up. You know, I ain't gonna call nobody out, but I work with a couple of them. Smile on my face. Then they say the N-word, watching BET in front of the mirror trying. Look, black people, white people, we got it wrong. We the same, but we're different. For example, white people, y'all do stuff that black people just don't. We just can't do after y'all do it. For instance, skiing. Y'all good at it. We go to the ski mountain to look at y'all fall. Yeah, we ain't getting on those skis. We'll go up there and we'll ski. But we ain't putting on those skis. We'll stand there with the skis on. Take a picture, put it on Facebook. That's what we do. We go to the beach, we don't even get in the water. White people, they go way out there, the waves hit them in the chest. I mean, my little girl, she was about 2 years old. The wave hit my toe, I left her in the water. We just don't do, I mean, we're the same, but we're different. We eat different. White women eat salad. Black women eat liver mush. White men drink orange juice. Black men drink Hennessy. There's just certain stuff that we're totally different with. For example, white people, y'all put y'all kids in timeouts. Little JJ ain't fit to listen to that. Timeout don't work for little black kids. Only thing that works for black kids is a spanking. You know what a spanking is? That's that thing with a switch. How many people know what a switch is? You've been hit with a switch? Well, that's a real spanking. When that blood hit that leg, and your grandma hit you with that switch on your back, and you go on mute. It hurts so bad you don't even know if you got hit. That's why kids is bad now. They ain't really, they take their PlayStation away, their Xbox. Oh no, light that ass up. Light them legs up. Bust they butt. I be seeing kids in Walmart, I be wanting to trip them so bad. You ever been in Walmart? You see, now listen, I ain't stereotyping, but damn it, if there's some Mexicans in here, y'all need to do something about y'all kids. Because Walmarts, y'all be running around in Walmarts and y'all kids be all the way lit. What kind of chocolate do y'all got in them churros? And don't let it be the 3rd or the 4th of the month. And be in the grocery store with 6 buggies and 9 kids. But black folk, we shop different. We shop at Aldi. We look for them deals. But do not buy that cheese from Aldi. It don't help. You can get 62 slices for $1.25. And not one slice is gonna melt. You can get 152 hot dogs for $3. And the water will turn red. cereal for your children called Crunch without the cinnamon. Some of y'all been out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. Get them can of corn for 22 cents. Come over there and lie and tell people you made a chicken pie and you bought it frozen. Stop playing. Y'all was retarded. TJ, don't you laugh at me, boy. I'll come in Buffalo Wild Wings and rob you, boy. Steal all your wings. Y'all ready to have a good time? All right, we're gonna try this one more one. Are y'all ready to have a good time? Okay. What about y'all? The rest of y'all motherfuckers leave. Y'all paid y'all money. Y'all wanna come have a good time and see these people that y'all support. But y'all act like y'all, they can't hear y'all in the back if y'all make no damn noise. Was that loud enough? Listen, I need y'all to really make some noise. Let these people know that y'all excited about this show. Y'all ready? All right, we finna turn up. Y'all ready for y'all first? Y'all ready for your first feature? Are y'all?
All right, so let's talk about your opening acts for the show. Like, are they like local talents, or like how did you get them to your show?
Okay, so yes, they are local talents. A lot of them I've known because we all work with the same producer. Shout out to Ashante. And I respect and I do believe in supporting each other and your local artists. So I try to do that because I would want that in the same in return. Mm-hmm. So starting off with Bryson and Young James. I know Bryson because I've worked with Bryson. He's a talented artist. I think that his music is amazing. Sonically, he's spitting some for real stuff. And yeah, I just believe in him and what he's trying to do because I see a lot of him in myself, or a lot of myself in him. Yeah, I see a lot of myself in him for when I was starting out, just wanting to have an opportunity. So yeah, me giving him that opportunity was pretty dope.
I was born this rhythm, meant for this life that's a given. Making music and commission, counting this talent, stay hidden. Don't care about your opinion, it's a fact, it's not a fiction. Trying to live a decent life, trying to have a decent wife. Put my wrist, I want some ice, take a chance, I roll the dice. Fuck with me, you pay the price. Trying to grow to new highs, making music all night. Money is all on my side, money is all on my side. Can somebody hear me? Don't let these demons come near me. I can barely see clearly, they trying to hurt me, trying to kill me. Trying to make me feel guilty for living my life so filthy. Think my love is not healthy. Just let me in, baby, it's chilly. Can somebody hear me? Don't let these demons come near me. I can barely see clearly. Everybody, how you doing tonight, man? What y'all got to do? What y'all got to do? Yo, yeah.
It's crazy reminiscing about all the dreams I had. I'm on a project house and trying to leave it in the past. And I bust up for that, I put my city on the map. Bitch, we on now. Promoters got me before all they shows now. Watch me go off that ace for the road now. Moving fast, feeling kinda hard to slow now. Oh, now.
To J.O., of course, I know J.O. through Tashanika as well. She introduced me to his music back a year ago into 2018. Really ambitious. Got kind of like a rap singy style, kind of like a Drake, kind of like a Migos type of thing at times.
I would say like Future, Migos.
Kind of type of Migos, yeah, Future.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, he kind of has like a different type of that kind of vibe to him, and I like it. So it's really kind of luxe and laid back. Again, loved his music. He's always supported me. Why not do the same for him?
Side for the rules. When it's in the game, you know I ain't never changing my rules. Forever I'm a band for my bros, and I ain't never fool. Real niggas stay 10 toes. Never show love to move. Watch out for these things, they come and go. Police knocking at my door. This nigga done. I start struck in the moonlight. This nigga done froze. Claim to be real, but he wasn't. He had to go. Chop his pill, red diamonds with telescopes. That's real in the field. So don't take me for no joke. Yeah, nigga got killed. Anytime I down the road. Some niggas ain't real, but they still claim they give me smoke. There's no relationship with one face is left in my time. I wanna roll in no tear, diamonds be shining. Niggas on that far, gotta keep growing. Give me one thing about playing, let's stop the crying. And I don't fall, and I feel fire. Nobody drew the day, I want to be silent. Can't win this like this, wanna try it. My niggas mama died, bitch, nigga who's crying. You ain't got it, so don't try it. That's what they say, but I'm gonna get your body.
Same for him. Lil Saint is a firecracker. I saw him perform one time at this party. He was all over the place like he was at the 11/11 experience. Oh my God, that boy got so much energy. He be making me tired. I ain't gonna lie, he be making me tired. He's just a fireball in himself. I mean, that's all I really can say. He has big ass chopsticks. He has that turn up music that make you just want to dab on him and just like crank it up. You know, you just want to just turn up with it. You know, so that's him. And me doing that, me opening up the door, using my platform, I always thought that I had to be famous to give other artists an opportunity.
Funny nigga, little bitch, I swear that I only gon' start on my exit. Check out these diamonds that hit in my neck, this way to God that ain't even breakfast. Top my six gon' leave you Texas. That white girl, she came from Texas. Place up, don't stop, little nigga. Straight for the top, little nigga. Cause I got the gun, little nigga. We just bought, little nigga. Kicking your door, cause we not knock, little nigga. Get the block hot, little nigga. I touch on that clock, little nigga. You heard of Batman, but I got nigga Robin. I be the pussy that I leave the throbbing. I can't forget gold, little nigga, cause I had no option. And if you gon' smoke, my niggas go up and it ain't no problem. Big ass chopsticks, big ass chopsticks, big ass chopsticks, big ass chopsticks. Walk it out, down, walk it out, down, walk it out, down, walk it out, down. Big ass chopsticks, big ass chopsticks, big ass chopsticks, big ass chopsticks. Walk it out, down, walk it out, down, walk it out, down, walk it out, down. Big ass chopsticks.
He got away at home, and I ran in his door. Yeah, took all his back. Told that pussy nigga that he needed to fall the fuck back. And these niggas getting whacker and whacker. They eat these fucking streets like a motherfucker. Hey, I was trying to knuckle leg. Yeah, the front of option. I just bought him up and told that rockin'. The buzz got so that the front of option. I'm so worried. I just bought him up and told that rockin'. I'm so worried. I just bought him up and told that rockin'. I was just young and I can make sure. All my niggas up to get right. Jack said a pigeon. If you need a work, little nigga, come get it. Put the front of house, cause there ain't no other way. Standing on the John Kerr, we about getting paid. All the niggas hating gas out years days. Popping all the buckets just to take the pain away. All the little days about stuff up in the rain. Stuff for the sunshine, hope you stay there. Yeah, I was told to play the day. Stuff for the sunshine, hope you stay there. Y'all can say about the chicks and make it through the rain. Always thinking for the sunshine, better days. Now a nigga living up, which is what I made. Now a nigga living up, look at my day. The jitterbug, mama told me that it's like that. The bullets don't show that the front of option. The jitterbug, mama told me that it's like that. The bullets don't say that the front of option. I'm so free. The jitterbug, mama told me that it's like that. Yeah. The jitterbug, they told me that it's like that. Let's go. Man, all of my niggas, we going crazy. I went to the top, no one I lazy. Me and my niggas saying we get the leg.
Take me your girl, she never let's go. Mama told me back like that. Put it on something down the front of my chair. I did but mama told me back like that. Put it on something down the front of my chair.
Alright, first team memories interview is now underway. Let's go.
It's now underway. We are here with the man behind the master plan. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
So my name is Dalvin Juwan. I go by Dalvin as my stage name. Everybody knows me as Juwan. 26 from Morganton, North Carolina. Started singing semi-professionally at the age of 13, but I've been singing since I was 7 years old. Come from a musical background family. My uncles, my aunts, my mom, they all played instruments. They all can sing, and yeah, I kind of saw what they did and I just wanted to do it. I didn't think I could because I didn't know if I could sound and sing like them, but it kind of just revealed itself to me later on in time, and I've just been rocking with it ever since.
That's awesome. So you say that your family members were playing instruments and and the singers, like, were they like choirs when they were younger, or?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so yeah, backstory. So my Uncle John, my Uncle George, and my Uncle, what was my other uncle? What my other uncle name? John George, Jingle Howard Smith. Okay, John George. I can't remember, but my other uncle, sorry, they all used to come down. My uncles would come down from Buffalo, New York, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And they would come and visit, and they would have myself, my younger cousins, DK and Cam, and they would get us in our back room, and they would just sing with us. And they used to sing this song, Kumbaya, My Lord. And I really feel like they were the first ones that kind of knew that we could sing and that we would carry forth the singing gift. Of course, I was the only one that pursued it and kept going. They pursued sports and different things, but they saw it at a young age, and they would always tell my grandma, always tell my mom, hey, these boys can sing. Y'all need to let them do this. Y'all need to work with them, da-da-da. Of course, they didn't. They didn't want to pressure us to do anything that we didn't want to do. But of course, growing up in the church, we sang in the gospel choirs, the children's choirs. We were very active. My mom, my aunt, and some of their friends, they had their own singing group, Eternity. They would travel and sing in the local gospel circuit, quartet circuit as well, contemporary gospel, and do their thing. And I actually had one of their old cassette tapes, and I would just listen to it all the time. Growing up, I never listened to like R&B music. I never listened to any old school. I would just listen to them. And so I just had an appreciation for the songwriting process from just what I heard, had a different appreciation for harmony and just arranging songs. And I started writing my own songs around the age of like 9 or 10. And once I started really showcasing my abilities, people would tell me, oh, that sounds real good, you need to keep going. So when people would tell me, oh, you know, you have a gift, you have something special, it made me feel a little bit more confident to really try to pursue it. Because I used to be, and still am to a degree, shy about my music. I was always self-conscious about my voice because I didn't sound like all the other singers in my family or anybody that I ever heard on the radio. I was always compared to a little Michael Jackson growing up, and at the time, you know, I didn't know who Michael Jackson was until later on in life. But yeah, when everybody used to say that, I was like, well, apparently I must got something going on good. So,
right.
That was long story short.
If you're 26, that means you was born on 93.
93, yeah. So I didn't know. I didn't come.
You barely made the cut because I don't like people born past 95.
Yeah, no, I started.
Early 90s generation, bro.
Yeah, that's a. Don't get me wrong though. I started listening to R&B music around my 3rd grade year. That's back when Usher had like the Confessions album and stuff like that. So I started kind of getting introduced to R&B. Then the new R&B, the early 2000 R&B. And when I started, I'm gonna tell y'all, when I heard Destiny's Child, my first girl group that I fell in love with, just hearing the arrangements, the harmonies, the lyrical content, their music, that made me want to go back and do more research on, okay, if these girl groups are killing it and I'm loving them, who else prior to them is going to give me that same feel? And so when I started listening to like SWV, and mind you, I I didn't listen to a lot of male R&B singers until really, really way later in life. The female R&B singers were just the ones that I connected with, just because to me they were singing about things more like that I can relate to, like love, and they would express it in a different way than a man would, and they would be more sensual about it, and it was just the way they did it. So SWV I got really into. I was like, oh, absolutely yes. I got really deep into In Vogue. My mom started playing. Oops, ring ring. Ring ring ring.
I'll cut it up.
My mom started playing Shaka Khan, and I started getting exposure to like Stevie Wonder. I started getting exposure to Prince, and then Michael Jackson. I started getting that exposure to the Commodores. My stepdad would always play The Temptations, so that was taking it way further back. Then I would get into like the Supremes. So I kind of started late, and I had to kind of go back and do my homework and then catch back up again. But I feel like those are the things that made me such a good songwriter, because I went back and made me a good vocalist because I had that prior, I had that prior listening ear for music and appreciation, a different appreciation for music too. So that was another.
I think that's how we all kind
such a thing.
Eventually started, like, we caught wind of what like our parents used to listen to. Then we started researching off of that, and then it spirals.
Oh, another funny story too. A lot of people don't believe this, but this is for real. I didn't start off singing R&B music either. I started off singing country music too. No, for real. I started off singing country. I went through this little phase in life, second grade year, third grade year, and it probably ended maybe fourth grade year. So mind you, this is about 2002, roughly to 2004, okay? So the Dixie Chicks, I was introduced to them by my brother, and I fell in love. So I was like Landslide, Traveling Soldier, Earl Has to Die. I was getting all the Dixie Chicks CDs. Then I started listening to Tim McGraw. I started listening to a little bit of Dolly Parton. I started listening to a lot of other country artists, and that also formed my love and appreciation for songwriting as well, because when you listen to country music, they tell a story. When you listen to country music, a lot of the country artists, they're singing about like some deep stuff. And I feel like that's what music is supposed to do. You're supposed to tell a story, and you're supposed to sing about something that you can relate to and something that you can experience. So I fell in love with country music. My first talent show I did, 2004, was the Dixie Chicks Landslide. And I just wanted to be in a country group, so it was me and a couple of my, I was about to say my white friends. Should I say white
classmates?
friends? Me and a couple of my classmates, yeah, we'll say that.
I said, do y'all know how hard it was for you to put all this together? And for y'all to pay $5 to see all this local talent that y'all ignorant asses won't support like y'all supposed to. People just do stuff just to do it. No, they do it for the fucking love. It's not because y'all here. It's because y'all supposed to be here. And he gonna come out and do what he's supposed to do. Regardless, if y'all make some noise or not. Because we ain't found these. I-40, exit 133, fire ready! Now when I bring him out, if y'all don't show him no love like y'all supposed to, I'm diving in the ground. Sorry, right here. If I don't break my neck, I'll dive right here. Get on right here and take 2 steps and dive right. I'm just playing, I'm afraid of heights. I'm not fit to jump off of here. I get too close. I'm scared of my mom. Where the camera is down the roller coaster, y'all. You know that lap belt thing don't fit too tight. I'm sorry. I thought I could slide through it. I'm nervous. I stood behind that little line like that where it said 36 inches. You get on the ride, I stood down a little bit so I could get on there. got on the Snoopy and it had one loop we got all that bag. You know how they take a picture and they show you the picture camera is when you go down the roller coaster? That shit like this. Scared of death. What y'all coming here for? Make some noise for who? What? Y'all come to see who? Listen, I'm about to bring him out. He gonna do his thing. He gonna close out the show. And I want y'all to make sure y'all get on y'all feet right now and start clapping it up. Get on your feet. That's everybody. All right? If you got one leg, if you got one leg, you stand up like this and you make some noise. Y'all stop. Stop that. Make some noise. Pull up on the incline. Two niggas in the town. Buffalo Wild Wings. Finest. American Idol. Finest. America's Got Talent. Finest. Oak Hills. Finest. Lofton, a.k.a. the Low Tizzle. Finest. Y'all make some noise. Put your hands together for Juwan.
Y'all ready to have a good time tonight? How many people got that truck in the building tonight? You got so on job, you got so on car, you ain't need a nigga to stand there. Let's get into it. Big boy, y'all find it out. Hey, come on. Hey!
Alright, so back to the classmate story that you was going on with.
Yeah, so my first talent show I did, it was me and a couple of my classmates. And we did our little talent show and we sang Landslide by the Dixie Chicks. And that was another moment to me to where people would come to me, oh, you guys have something special. So we were singing country Dixie Chicks, like I said, and I looked at it and I was like, okay, maybe this is something that I want to pursue. And that kind of sparked my love for music as well. And shortly after, I got turned on to the R&B side of music, and it was a rap ever since. It was a rap.
So can you say that that's like the inspiration behind your project 1111?
I feel like there's a lot of different inspirations, but yes, that's definitely one of the inspirations behind the project 1111. The biggest inspiration for me has just been taking all of the tools that I've learned from watching my mother's group, from watching Destiny's Child and some of the older groups and the people who have paved the way for them, and just kind of making and keeping the essence of that and making it my own, and learning how to tell my own story through song, and learning how to really just be able to connect the way that they did in the 80s and in the 90s, lyrically, musically, sonically, all of that. Cause I just feel personally the music is a little dry. Nowadays, we trying to keep R&B alive and well.
Yeah.
It's a real, a lot dry. Sahara Desert dry.
So let's talk about the tracks that make up 1111.
Yes, all right, so going into 1111, well, backing up a little bit, I went and auditioned for American Idol in 2018, and of course I got told no, but I got some very good, I'm so sorry, I should put this on damn vibrate. Sorry, can we put that out?
Yeah, we'll cut that out, just go back to the
Okay. So leading up to the 1111 EP, about a year prior, I auditioned for American Idol, and of course I got told no, but I got told, and I left with some great advice from the producers and from the judges to really harness in on my sound, try to figure out the songs that best suit my personality. And I was really kind of sad about the experience because I really thought I did a great job, and for me to be told no, it was kind of like, whatever. So I snuck off in December, that following December, because that audition was August of 2018. So December of 2018, I went and auditioned for America's Got Talent. Of course, I got told no then. I didn't make it as far as I did on American Idol with America's Got Talent. And so I was kind of down. I was like, gosh, maybe I just need to just harness in on me. So I wanted to just get into the studio. I just wanted to record music. I just wanted to figure out my sound, figure out my songwriting process, figure out what I wanted to talk about, right? And just kind of get to know me as an artist, right?
Right.
I wasn't intentionally planning on doing an EP, to be honest with you. At first, I just wanted to just find music, just, you know, whatever, and then go back and re-audition.
To clarify, what's an EP?
An EP is basically, it's not an album. An EP is considered like a mixtape in a sense.
Okay.
An EP,
like an unofficial release.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. An EP is anywhere from like 2 to, I think the max is like 8 songs, and then anywhere from 8 to however many is considered an album.
Okay.
So yeah, so going into the EP, or leaving from the American Idol experience, wait, I don't forgot where I'm at. Yeah, no. So I was in the studio. That's where I was at. I was in the studio. I wasn't planning on doing an EP. I just wanted to figure out my sound, figure out who I was as an artist, and then go back and re-audition for these type of things.
Yeah.
I fell in love with the music all over again. I hadn't been writing and I hadn't been singing and doing any solo music prior to. Mind you, I also come from a group. So I sang backgrounds for 4.5 years for my mom's contemporary gospel group. I had my own R&B group. We didn't go as far as I would have liked, but I grew up with them. High school, I met them. I grew up with them. That was kind of like our thing.
So like, do you have like any of those tracks from?
Oh yeah.
If you want to hear some of those.
So no, for real. So it's a funny story. So when we get into like the track listing for the EP, like this is a funny story about how More of You came about, right? So EP, I was like, okay, cool. So then I thought about it, and I was like, I'm gonna take a chance and I'll put out an album or I'll just put out some music, okay? Didn't know exactly how many songs. I started recording More of You. More of You originally was a song that I had written for my R&B group, Ambiguous Play, which consisted of Leah Jolly and Sadania Wilcox, okay? So, More of You was rushed. That wasn't my original plan for the song, but it is on SoundCloud, so I can still hear that on SoundCloud. Just look up my name, Dalvin Harris, SoundCloud, and you'll find it. So, whenever I found another track, it emulated the exact sound that More of You, the original, had. I was like, well, this will be my opportunity to write to that, do what I really wanted to do with it, right?
Right.
So I did it. I performed it in Atlanta at the Apache Cafe. People was like, oh, where can we get this song? Where can we get this song? I hadn't released it. I hadn't done nothing to it. Just recorded it. Another idea. Okay, maybe I need to be doing this. Maybe an EP should be in the works, right? Boom. So we recorded about 13 songs, and I picked 5 that best described who I was, what I was going through at that time of my life, and like kind of where I want to go and be perceived as an artist, musically, right?
Right.
The second song that I remember recording was Crush, was the second song. Funny story about that too. Crush was not the song that you guys hear today. I had a whole different track, a whole different arrangement to that. I played it for Tay, who's one of my friends, of course, he's on the song with me. He was like, oh, I want to get on the song, Okay, let me hear you sing. Okay, you sound decent. Sound a little bit out of tune, you be alright. You know what I'm saying? Boom. We killed it, right? So Crush is absolutely my favorite song of all time from the EP. I play it all the time.
Mine too.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Bro, I watch your video like every day. Like real shit, bro. I watched the video. I watched the video. The song is dope, but I just love how I cut that shit up, man. That shit was that was my best cut.
No, God does the video, and I don't know if you know, but we are at 3-point-something K on Facebook, and we're peaking at 800 views on YouTube. So Crush was not, and the Crush wasn't even supposed to be, like I said, that wasn't the original take, and Crush wasn't supposed to be the original single for the EP either, because Issues was going to be that. But I knew after hearing Tay's vocals, my vocals together, I added in the little harmonies, the little, ad-libs. Nah, this got to be pushed to the forefront. Like, this needs to be the one. Because I still believe that could be the one. I think you can hear that song on the radio.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Too. Crush is crushing it right
Crush
now.
is crushing it. The third song that we recorded was Corporate. Corporate was the third song. And I remember playing Corporate for my grandma. I played it for one of my clients because I do hair on the side as well. Played it for her. She loved it. Played it for... I knew Corporate was a good song when I played it the first time for my grandma. Let me go back to that. Because my grandma asked me, who wrote this? And I was like, I wrote it. She was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. She was like, well, I'm just asking. I didn't know if you had somebody coming in, whatever. So that reaction, I was like, okay, we're going somewhere.
Sorry, guys. It's alright. Mistakes happen. In the meantime, y'all got this. Y'all this. Thank you. Y'all ain't gotta rock and vibe with me tonight. Might as well pipe down.
But no, when you was performing at your concert, looking in the camera, you can do it. No, I'm saying you should have been playing to the camera, act like you was in a video.
You know what? Before we leave, can I see like a little bit of it?
Yeah, I can show you something. Actually, I haven't even looked at it. I just looked at the shit Raekwon posted. I never even looked at my video because I just put it on my computer.
I just saw what Raekwon had posted, just like a little bit. I didn't see like the actual.
But yeah, I never watched the end of that video. I just watch. I always get to like 6 minutes of it and I just stop watching. But not that. No, I like the video. Like Raekwon giving me ideas and inspiring me to do some different stuff. Even though he's new, it's like we still feeding off each other. So
we all got different views.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, when I say your ass was right there, man, I said, oh, that's all this shit.
It's gonna be a music video.
Hell
It's gonna be lit. But speaking of that performance, let's talk about that day. How was that for you?
Stressful as hell. Beyond stressful. Let me tell you, I had to be the hairstylist. I had to be stage manager up until my aunt took over, thank God. Ring-a-ling. Wait, okay. I had to be the hairstylist. I had to be the stage manager. I had to be my own lighting coordinator to bark the directions at. I had to be...
Nigga, somebody wants some dick, bro.
Shut your ass up.
I had to be... Damn. What I was saying? Damn. What was that? I had to wear so many different hats. Let's just put it like that. Okay, we're going to cut that.
You very multifaceted.
Okay, yeah. I had... that day for the 11/11 Experience concert was so stressful to me because I had to wear so many different hats. And it was pretty much me doing everything by myself for the most part. Leading up to the day of the concert, I had a different band that I was gonna be working with. I got a call the Monday before the concert that they could not be a part of the event because they had a prior situation going on that they forgot about, prior engagement. Understandable, cool. I was stressed. Here I am going on about 6 days at that time before the concert. What I'm gonna do, call up my aunt Connie. Connie, can you please help me find another band? She has connections, whatever. She got back in touch with me that following evening. Yes, I got you this person, I got you this person, I got you that person, cool. Found out we weren't gonna be able to have a rehearsal in the middle of the week. So we had to rehearse the day before the show. So we were rehearsing, getting the songs together, getting the set list finalized, last minute things. It was stressful. Plus, I work a full-time job, so squeezing all of that in with my work schedule was very tiring, right?
Right.
So, leading up to the concert, there were so many different issues the day of the concert, actually. And we had mic issues. We had monitor issues. I couldn't hear myself. Wardrobe malfunctions and wardrobe issues that were taking place. I remember whenever I was going out of issues into the Whitney Houston tribute, I couldn't find my black shirt to go underneath my vest. And I was already killing time, and it was already going on a minute that I had been off the stage. So I was like, bump it. So that's why when y'all see me, I just have the vest on and I'm just rocking that bare chest. You know, that little V that's just rocking that. Didn't have no jewelry, no nothing. I was backstage. It was just so crazy. I mean, just from the wardrobe changes, making sure everybody knew their key parts and knew where they were supposed to be. Even going back to Crush, whenever we did Crush, the day of the show, we were in the dressing rooms rehearsing and adding in the different elements. Okay, well, Tay, we're gonna bring Lay up on stage, which is his girlfriend. We're gonna bring her up on stage, let you sing to her, add a different feel and a different element to the performance. The girls, we're gonna bring some boys on the stage.
Yeah.
We're gonna let y'all do a little lap dance situation. So we were trying to incorporate all that last minute. So it was just super stressful, so many different last minute things. But the main thing for me was just corporate, the opening number. That was the one that I was just like, stressed.
Well, since people know that they positions in their places, it's alright. We're gonna give them a chance. Hey, DJ, how you doing? That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna take y'all back a little bit to Lauryn Hill. This is my favorite song by her. We got some old school hands in the building tonight. Alright. We gonna talk a little bit, but after fun, we might just cry, so we got a little stuff for everybody. I want to say too, thank you guys for coming as well. Y'all really didn't have to be here, but you're here. That shows me a lot. But guess what? When all the rest of these fools catching up, they're gonna be behind. Y'all was here, y'all see they had them beforehand. So, thank you.
too. No, I'm just kidding. With corporate, the live performance was a mess. A lot of people said they couldn't tell. Y'all didn't know, so that was great to me. But my monitor didn't work the first half of the performance. When it started working is when I realized that I started the song, the verse, too early. Mm-hmm. So when you perform with a live band, you have these things called click tracks. The click tracks are what we use for what the band uses to keep time and rhythm. That also can have certain background vocals, certain ad-libs, certain harmonies, certain things in them, right? So I couldn't hear it at all. The monitor wasn't working, I couldn't hear it. So I started the song early. Mm-hmm. So then, when I realized that was happening and that I was off, and then when the track started trying to play on the stage, it threw me off. So I kind of looked like, what's going on? So in the performance,
you killed it then, because I couldn't tell.
No, it was a mess. It was a mess.
That's the same thing I said. He was explaining it to me. I was like, bro, that shit sounded regular to me because
I appreciate it.
I guess we don't know the technical difficulties about around stage and live performance.
So that's when I looked back at my piano player, Dr. Massey, and I said, just cut the track. So we're just gonna vibe. We're gonna figure it out. We're just gonna vibe. So I didn't do the second verse, and I just came back in with the little bridge, I guess you could call it, the Molly, told you, you know. And of course, you know, I think what deferred and kind of what saved it was the fact that I had my baby cousin, Gianna, dancing with me on that number. Right. She does majorette dancing in Statesville, North Carolina, and that little thing be working. She and I literally came up with that routine that morning of the show. She came up with it, all of it. She was just teaching me. Right. So it was kind of cool sharing that moment with my little cousin, and we're roughly 16 years apart. You know what I'm saying? It was a great experience for us to share in that moment. So that kind of saved corporate for me. So it all worked out.
That's crazy. I really couldn't tell. I promise
really
you.
Couldn't
I really couldn't tell. Like,
as long as y'all couldn't tell. I mean, but we still had, throughout the whole night, even in sound check, we still had issues when it came to sound with the monitors, the mics. We had just those issues. Right. Had we had the time that we wanted to have to work out those kinks, it would have been A1 day one. Like, you would have really, whatever. That's why I said, y'all see it now, y'all think it's good. Just wait until I get my hands on it the way that I want to get my hands on it, have the time that I want to have. Right. We finna be up there for real, like Michael Jackson and Beyonce. I'm not even joking. That's real for real. And that's what a lot of people kept saying too. They was like, whenever the curtains opened up, whenever we started, people was like, oh, look at little Prince, look at little Michael Jackson. I'm like, oh, okay, little Prince. Here we go. But I mean, I like it though. I take it as like the highest form of honor and flattery, because Prince and Michael Jackson contributed so much to the music industry, culturally, politically, and socially. Like, they are literally icons and legends. Like, there's no denying what they have done for music. And I want to be just as great, if not greater, than them. If that makes sense. So I would kind of picture myself on the mix of like Prince and Beyonce if they had a child. I'd be like the love child. That's the lane that I'm trying to go in. Because y'all know I had the fans. Hair was going in the wind, you know, because it was hot as hell on that stage too. Hot as hell, oh my God. And then, you know, we had like the little bedazzles on the little outfit, you know, real sexy like Prince. So yeah, we coming with a little something.
Oh, come on, y'all can do better than that. Make some noise for the band. Yeah. We're gonna start over here on bass guitar. We have none other than Rashid Brown. Y'all make some noise. We're going to go to the center stage, our drummer. Y'all, this is none other than Anthony Taylor. Y'all make some noise. Yes. And our musical director for the 11/11 Experience concert, Dr. Antonio Massey. Y'all make some noise. Oh, y'all can do better than that. Let us hear you make some noise. Y'all ready to keep the party going tonight? Can we get a little personal tonight? Can we get a little sexy over our studio? Are you sure? Can we get a little sexy for real? I want to take y'all back to an old song that y'all know, and I'm going to need y'all's help to sing this tonight. Y'all ready? Here we go.
on Apple Music. Alright, y'all know where we're going. Y'all know exactly where we're going. Let me see, Lane, where you at? Come on up here, girl. Got a surprise for you. Where's you at? Where's she at? Come on, girl. Make your way. We got a surprise. We don't get sexy in person tonight. You know what? We're gonna make it. Alright, you go ahead. You have a seat right here. This next song, y'all also got the official video to 2.5K on Facebook. Y'all make some noise for that. That's what's up.
It's so personal to me. Indescribable, undeniable, and free. I think I got a crush on you. There's no need to rush right now. I think I got a crush on you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll take to the stage.
Come to no surprise, you're really my best friend. I hold you in my arms. I feel safe and warm my eyes. Feeling that you get, it's like this hook in a slow dance. Don't want it to end, you give me love and affection. So personal to me. Indescribable, undeniable, and free. I think I got a crush on you.
Y'all want to be smart, y'all change for the stage. Yeah. Y'all make some noise. Y'all make some fire, man. I don't even know my own set. It's where you know it's all with me. Lunch out. Alright. We're gonna go. I'm gonna tell y'all a little quick story real quick. We got a little time while we get everything together. And I was debating on if I was gonna really tell this story or not, but I felt that it was just confirmation. I want to take you back. What you see on stage is literally just a glimpse of what's to come. Literally putting this whole show together has been the death of me. I have broken my bank account to make sure we had what we needed. But this is what I'm going to tell you. If you have a dream, you have to always fight for your dream, even when no one else fights for your dream. I'm going to tell you, it has been hard and it has not been easy, but it has been worth it. So although you see the little kinks and kingles, we up here, we having fun. We
we up here, we just having fun, you know? So with that being said, I also want to say, taking you guys back to 3 years ago, I'm proud of myself. And I've heard a lot of times, oh, Joanne, why you feel so entitled? Joanne, why you got Well, let me let y'all know something about me. My homegirl, Charmaine, where she at? Charmaine, you got it, baby. She'll tell you real quick, pull up with a stick and let it hit. All right, you feel it? And so that's what I'm doing, I'm pulling up. So this is just me pulling up, doing a little drive-by. You know what I'm saying? Because 3 years ago, what you saw, this person that you saw was not this person. I had to go through some things. I had some issues on the inside that I had to work with. And that's some real stuff. We all got issues, and you don't need to be ashamed of your issues, because your issues are what make you, you. All stepping stones and building blocks, and it surprises me that I was actually on the verge of committing suicide. You know, a lot of people don't believe it, but I was 3 years ago. But I had to get my mind right, and I had to go back to the Father, my Creator, and I had to realize who I was, and I had to understand that who I am is who I am and who God created me to be. And if nobody don't like it, oh well, kick rocks with an open-toe shoe, baby. Because at the end of the day, I'm always ride for me. I'm always have me. Period. Period. So you stand strong, believe, because anything can happen. So this song right here is one of my favorite ones. We recorded this one. It's called Issues. Yeah.
11-11. What's the background behind that? Like, what made that the name that you chose?
Okay, so 11-11 means angels. Well, numerically, there's like this little mythology, I guess you could say, that 11-11 represents angels are watching over you, and it also means a start of a new beginning. I wrapped up and I finalized the EP in October. I knew it was gonna come out in November. I was trying to aim for 11-11, like the actual release date 11-11, but it got pushed back till November the 15th. So I named it that because for so long this is something I've wanted to do. Music has always been my passion. Okay, boom. It's the start of everybody starting to know me as an artist. They're starting to see me as an artist, and they're starting to understand my music and my lyrical content and just all that as it is as a whole, right? My biological mother had passed away when I was 2 years old, right? And I just always felt like she was always with me. I always used to get so sad as a kid because I would always see, like, you know, kids with their parents, their biological parents, and they would have stories, and people would always say, oh, you remember when your mom was this, da da da. So I've had to kind of understand and process my mother's life through stories from her sisters, from my grandmother, and other people who just knew her and grew up with her, because I was too young to have any real memories of her, right? So me getting my tattoo, I got my tattoo of her name. It's a rose with her name, and it's not done, but it's the start of my sleeve. I got this done exactly on 11/11, November the 11th. And so basically, angels are watching over me. Of course, mythology speaks and says angels watching over you and walking with you. And I believe she's been with me this whole time. I went through a lot of crazy different things in my life 2-3 years prior to where I was contemplating suicide. I was very depressed. I was in a really bad space in life. And my faith in God has always been the main factor in what I do and who I am. And just knowing that if I don't have anybody else, I know that I have God. I know that I have my mother who's watching over me, and I know that I have a family who care and love me for who I am, and they get it. They understand what I'm trying to do, and they accept it, right? So that's all I needed. So I snapped up out of that, got that as a tribute to her, which led into me wanting to do the Whitney Houston song, I Believe in You and Me, as one of the songs that I did in the show, and that I covered basically. And it has a different meaning for me, just because I look back over everything that I've accomplished this year, and just to know that it all started with just me believing in myself. It all started with me just going balls to the walls. No matter what, I always got me, remember? So, with that being said, I just invested into this, and it's just been, I believe in me, but yet still I believe in you and me, because I believe in my mama. I believe in God. And I believe in me again. I believe in the love that I have for myself. I believe in my generation, that we can rise above the stereotypical labels that have been placed on us. I believe in my culture, my black people. I go hard for my black folk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I believe that we can overcome the different stereotypes and challenges that we face in our society. I believe that we can live in a world of love and true happiness. I just believe in something bigger than myself. So that song takes on a meaning of its own, and I feel like me executing it the way that I did it is basically me telling my story and why I believe in you and me.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I hope I covered that. I feel like I was all over the place, but yeah.
It's you. I got them bad, I got issues. Tryna work through my issues. Tryna understand, I'm tryna comprehend my issues. Issues, yeah. I got them bad, I got issues. I'm tryna work through my issues, yeah. Tryna understand, I'm tryna comprehend. I'm a work in progress, just trying to process the new stages in my life. Held my heart for ransom, took my all and then some. After laying it all on the front line, yeah. Now I'm starting damage, don't think I can manage love again this time. So I sneak and I creep and I drink and I think of ways to get over the pain I feel inside. Oh, it's you. I can't hide. Oh, y'all help me welcome Tashanik to the stage. Make some noise.
No carry kill, simple love, knock me down again. Falling hard without no evidence. I believe the word you said like you was 7 Now I'm pouring liquor up, cause you ain't shit. Got me crying to myself, saying you can get through this. Trying to meet the pieces, but it's you I seem to miss. And I wanna love again, but I know it's taking risk. Got me picking up the phone, even though it's still a miss. Why you make that so complicated? Gave you my all just to be mistreated. Gave you my love, but it wasn't enough. Running your game, I'm a fool in love. Drinking and smoking to heal my emotions. Feel like a smoke is deep in the ocean. Doing whatever to keep my focus. Innocent fixing my confidence.
I got them bad, I got issues, yeah. Tryna work through my issues, yeah. Tryna comprehend my issues, yeah. I got them bad, I got issues.
Trying to work through my issues.
Tryna get up and I'm tryna comprehend my issues. Tryna understand. Tryna understand. Just wanted you to stay, just wanted you to, hey, so won't you say my name, if you want me, ain't no thing, you ain't kinda shady,
I want to thank all of y'all for coming out. I hope everybody had a great time. I think the show was great myself, so hopefully y'all tell somebody that didn't come, and next time somebody try to do a show, y'all come out and support that too. Look at all this talent up here. I hope y'all got a minute, because I'm sure they got some love and something they want to say, so stick around. I want to let them say what they want to say, man. All y'all did great, man.
Love all the love and support from all y'all. That's good.
Thank y'all for coming out to support us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank y'all for letting us come perform. We about to show up.
Thank y'all, man. Y'all show mad love, man. But look, album dropping December 15th. Y'all look out, man. Me and James, man. Y'all.
Appreciate the love from y'all.
Thank y'all for coming. Y'all can look me up on everything. 187 JL. Y'all go listen to my music.
What's up, everybody? Y'all have a good night. I want y'all to scream as loud as you can right now. 3, 2, 1. What's up? My name is Bryson, everybody. I go by BP. Y'all can find me on all streaming platforms. And you guys can ask them what their names are. Yeah, y'all have a good night. Appreciate y'all for coming out.
Yo, once again, I appreciate y'all. Juwan, where you at? Y'all make some noise for Juwan. Let him know how much y'all appreciate the show. Y'all be safe going home. I'm Comedian Hugh, baby. Follow me on all the social media. Holla at you. Thank y'all. Good night. Yes, sir. DJ House Band. Good job. Connie, thank you.
I mean, it just
that's cute.
Yeah.
Keep that in there. That was cute.
So 11/11, the experience. How was your experience?
Let me tell y'all something, and I tell everybody this, and I told Big Mike this earlier today. When you are for real serious about your artistry, about your craft, about any goal that you have, you are going to have financial setbacks. You are going to go into a little bit of debt. That's just all a part of the game. This, I would say, is not for the weak at heart, weak or faint at heart, however you want to say the old saying. You have to really love what you do, and you have to really be disciplined at it. I came in with a goal, and everything that took place exceeded my expectations. I came in hoping that this experience just opens up the eyes to anybody that has a dream, anybody that's fighting for a dream, that you can do it. Hard work and determination, I know it's a cliche, but it truly is key. And making sure that you have the right people around you, supporting you, genuinely at that. Because ain't nobody got time for these fake and phonies. Ain't nobody got time. And learn how to go into an isolation period where you have time to yourself, to focus, to put your dreams into perspective, to make sure that you're giving yourself time to execute whatever goal that you have in mind for yourself. So that's my hope, and that's my prayer, my dream, is that people will see what I'm doing, be encouraged, inspired, and motivated to do the same in whatever way that is to whomever it may concern. And just always remember to keep God first. And just know that everything happens in divine timing, and it may not happen the way that you want it to happen, but it will definitely happen the way it's supposed to happen. And learn to just let go and let God. Amen. We ain't gonna go into a whole church field, but yeah.
Sound advice.
Yeah.
So, Dapper Harris, do you have any last remarks?
I just hope that this documentary, and that this behind the scenes and the live footage that everyone is seeing and has viewed, just opens up their eyes that anything is possible. And my only remark is 2020 We're gonna keep rising. We're gonna continue to go. We're gonna continue to go. Wait, can I start that over?
Nah, I wanted you when you got to the climax of what you were about to say, look into the camera.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead.
So my final remarks and what I want to tell everybody as far as with me and what I'm doing, 2020 is truly going to be another year of blessings and great success. We're going to continue to rise to the occasion. We're going to continue to fight for our dream. We're going to continue to put all negativity aside and bring forth positive energy and just share love and just, I don't know, just rise. We're just going to continue to rise. And my hope is that Team Memories Productions are going to be a part of my journey for a while. So I want to make sure that y'all know that these fools right here, they good at what they do. I'm telling y'all. They have, shout out to them too, for real, on some real stuff. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, but for real, I want to shout out Team Memory Productions because the video Crush, the 11/11 Experience documentary, has surpassed all of my expectations, and it has truly opened up my eyes and has allowed me to see myself the way that I always knew that I could see myself, but now I'm seeing it in the bigger picture. And it's just giving me something to look forward to, giving me something to fight for and to keep pushing towards. So 2020, just expect more great things. Just expect a whole lot of more music and some covers and just...
That Tevin Campbell cover, boy.
Okay, for real. Hey. And that is definitely coming. That cover is definitely coming.
I think he's gonna kill this shit, bro.
I know he's
coming. It's coming. So yeah, shout out to 2020 and all the years. Thank you, 2019. I love y'all for real. I love all the people. I love the haters. I love y'all too. I know y'all was talking that stuff, but it's okay. Keep talking because I need that as motivation. Shout out to my mama. Mom, I love you. Hold it down. For real. I do. My family, my friends who really, my A1 Day ones, y'all know who y'all are. My BBOs, I love y'all. Just to all the supporters, everyone who supported me and who came and who's still supporting, buying the EP, supporting the EP. Oh, just everybody. So yeah, I'm just excited now. Okay, cool. I'm done. I'm hyped. I love y'all. Shout outs. I love y'all. We out.
Like you're stuck in the slow things. Don't want it to end. You give me love and affection. It's so personal to me. So personal. Indescribable, undeniable, and free. I think